action. Okay, so here with me I've got Derek, Arnie and Gordy, and we're just going to talk about the accident that we had on the river. Well, the near fatal accident really that we had on the river on the 8th of March. Missing at the moment, not missing in action but missing on another rafting trip, Sam and Jess, and they were involved in the rescue as well. So what we'd like to do is just start off with Arnie, and Arnie's just going to give you a rundown of what actually happened.
Lars was sitting in the middle of my boat, went through the topper gates, fine. Got in the middle, I had a guy on the left fall out, almost fall out, so I turned my attention to him to pull him back into my boat. When I pulled him back into my boat, Lars was gone. Looked around and he was significantly far away from me. I couldn't get to him with my paddle. All this while the current's pushing us over the drop. Corrected the boat, went over the drop, yelling at Lars to keep his feet up, keep feet up, feet up, feet up, lay flat. And we went over the drop. Lars followed. A couple of seconds later, perfectly fine. He had his feet up, went over the drop, landed on a rock, pretty much stayed there, completely exposed out of the water. Then I turned my attention to my crew to get back up river to catch an eddy so I could get to him. And turned around, started going back up eddy, and he disappeared from view, completely under a curtain of water. So okay. He was like at the bottom of the drop, and the water was just pounding over him.
So at that point, I'm on photos. I see pretty much what's going on with the trip. Like Arnie said, the guy looked like he was standing anyways, and at that point he looked like he was actually slipping down. So probably because he put his feet down too much. So I basically gave a signal to all the other guys that there was an entrapment that was happening on, and basically at that point I kind of told Gordy, get in there, and Gordy leaps in.
So how long do you think before we had a guide on that person from the time he went under the water?
It was probably a good 10-15 seconds before before I was in the water. So like,
I'd say 20 seconds max.
For me, what happened, like I got the call with the swimmer, so I jumped up onto the rock. I couldn't see him, saw the body under the water, jumped straight into the water. Basically, got underneath him, started pushing him up to allow the guy to start breathing. It was pretty hard, really hard to get him up and out. And then basically Derek ended up coming in, helping me out as well. And then we spent basically the next 2.5 minutes just trying to get this guy upstream and getting his leg. His leg was pretty much caught up to about the thigh under the rocks, and eventually we managed to pry his leg up and out and basically twist his body up and out, and by that stage he was fully unconscious, no vital signs so to speak, so I couldn't really detect too much of a pulse, not too much of a heartbeat. And then it was just straight onto the rock and into the first aid side of things to try and get the guy back.
Weren't Jess and Sam involved with a rope from upstream as well? Actually extricating him,
Yep.
Gordy, you got his leg out, and did we get a rope on him too, didn't we?
Yeah,
is that correct?
Sam got there with a rope assisting Gordy. Jess saw the entrapment signal, ran the rapid on the left, and as his boat passed the scene, he dived in to assist.
Yeah.
And then
at that point, Gordy and myself were struggling just to keep him breathing and get an airway out, so he'd be able to hold him. Just so people know, it was a pretty confined space, but still with the water pressure, it was very difficult for us to just be able to stand somewhere that would be secure and be able to grab his life jacket, which was difficult, just to give him an airway. At that point, Sam got a line out to Gordy to help being a bit more static, because Gordy was always moving a bit. It was hard for him to be able to hold Lars with the water pressure. At one point it gave us a bit of stability, but we were not able to pull him out. He kept on bobbing back and forth. Then just when basically Arnie said that he dived in, came back in, grabbed my life jacket, crawled down, and at a kind of a big push of 4, if you want to, Sam pulling on the rope, Gordy holding the rope and pushing upstream, myself holding on to the life jacket, and Jess, we kind of literally corked him out. Okay, then basically right up to the rock and CPR.
Okay, thanks for that, Derek. So the total elapsed time, probably from the time he went in to the time he was stable on the rock breathing, normally was maximum 5 minutes. That's what we have on the radio logs anyway.
Yeah, maximum 5 minutes between time of when he fell into the water to time when we got him back breathing again, and by himself pretty much.
Okay, so any learning to take away from this? People thinking about going whitewater rafting?
Take it seriously. It's not Disneyland out there. Class 5 is Class 5. There are lots of consequences. Listen to the safety talk. Pay attention, even if you've gone rafting a bunch of times. Do what we tell you to do. And we try and minimize accidents. This is rafting. You're thinking on your own, so pretty much, you know.
And Class 5, Class 3, Class 4. That was a Class 4, Class 3 rapid at that point, so it can happen at any water level, anywhere, to anybody, at any time when you don't. Idea is that guides are on to it, and as well as the clients do understand the risks that are involved and should be pulling their own weight as well.
Yeah, we had a great crew, because we're a small crew that works on a very hard river together, so that the dynamics was pretty unbelievable, from what the helicopter guys even said.
Which means as well running tight trips as well.
Tight trips, everyone was doing what they needed to do without, you know, too much yelling and screaming. And
Thanks for that, guys. That's awesome. So, just from a customer's viewpoint, we have their main learning things is that, you know, realise what you're getting into. Grade 5 rapids are grade 5. Well, any rafting is rafting. It's an uncertain environment, a dynamic environment. And the second thing is to really listen to the safety briefing and take it on board. And the third thing is, part of that safety briefing, if you're told not to try and stand up in a rapid, then it's critical that you should not try and stand up in a rapid, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thanks guys, and I agree that the feedback from the helicopter guys was awesome, and it was a job well done. Thank you.
Sweet as, thank you.
So here we have Lars. Lars, what's your surname?
My surname?
Yeah.
Jensen.
Jensen. You're from Denmark, eh?
Yeah.
You're a survivor.
Yeah.
Survivors is great, eh? So what are you going to do now that you survived? What crossed your mind that you thought to yourself, you're going to chase more girls, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to do, you know. You're never going to let any of those opportunities go you by now, you know. You're going to get in amongst it.
Sorry?
Going to get in amongst it.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Well, it's been a pleasure to see you out here smiling.
Yeah.
Okay. And these guys here haven't done too bad a job either. It's all a day's work for them, though. At least they've got to fly around on a nice sunny day. And you get a free helicopter ride as well, all the way to Palmerston North. Awesome.
Yeah.
God, I tell you what, there'd be a lot of people on that bus that'd go through what you did to get something for free like that.